Here's my succulent garden in East San Diego County. I've got about 200 plants in total as far as the whole garden is concerned. It represents 27 families, 24 genera. I've got about 30 cactus. It's hard to get the total because there's 131 genera in the cactus family with around 2,000 species. So let me show you this is the west side, and I'll show you the east side. Okay, here's the other side of the garden. You see I put in these gravel walkways, kind of a dry creek bed effect. And then mounded up the individual gardens. There used to be a lawn here. After I got my first water bill, I turned it off and killed it. Lawns are a waste of water on residential properties in Southern California. Okay, now I'll show you a few up close. Okay, first up, this is an old man cactus, commonly called that. It's also called cousin it. This is a sedum called bubble jelly bean. And here's a nice blue echeveria. There are about 150 species of echeveria. They're native to the eastern mountains of Mexico, and they grow about 3,000 feet in altitude, so they don't like the hot sun too much. There's a blue cactus, it's kind of cool. This is a rainbow hedgehog cactus. It has a spectacular flower that looks like a pink carnation. And then this is the old lady cactus. See, they made them fat and the old man skinny. Misogynistic monk probably named them. And this is gorgeous. Another echeveria. It's either Pollux or sometimes I have trouble recognizing each one since there's so many. This is a felt leaf plant. The leaves feel like felt. Some people call them pig's ear. Actually, I got a cutting from the zoo. Well, I pulled a leaf off one of these at the zoo and planted it, and here it is. There's a crested myrtle, barrel cactus. That fella there is a echeveria called Takasa no Okini. Little Japanese flavor there. Flapjack. This is also a Kalanchoe. This isn't a succulent, it's called a Valentine plant. When you open up those flowers, they're in the shape of a heart. Now here we have, this echeveria is called Afterglow. This one's called Black Rose. Well, it's an aeonium. And these ones right here with the little weeps on top, those are called peacock echeverias. And this is Irish Rose Aeonium. They don't like the heat too much, I don't think. They looked a lot better a couple months ago. Another jelly bean sedum. People call this a bunny ears cactus. And another peacock. And this guy is a red coral echeveria. or some people call it party dress for obvious reasons. Silver dollar plant. It's a crassula, just like your common jade plant. This is rock purslane. Unfortunately, I missed the flowers. They have beautiful little flowers that grow 3 feet above the plant. This is another aeonium called decorum. And people call this Peruvian apple cactus. Its species name is Rapandus. And this one I can't quite identify. I was thinking it was a San Pedro cactus, native to Mexico. If it is, it's full of mescaline. I'm not sure how you process it. Probably a pain. This is copper pinwheel. It's an aeonium. Here's another pretty aeonium, another bunny ears. That's called Francesco Baldi, or people commonly call it hens and chicks, because of the way the plants come out from underneath when they multiply. But anyway, this is lipstick Echeveria. More hens and chicks. Flapjack back there. And then this guy here is called lawyer's tongue, being that it's sharp and pointed. No offense to lawyers, just what they call it. And that big thing is called the candelabra tree from South Africa. It's not a cactus. It looks like a cactus, but it's a euphorbia. Ooh, another black rose, aeonium. And this pretty thing is the Echeveria. This is called copper spoons. It's also a calantio, called copper spoons because of kind of the way the leaf color and shape go. Native to Madagascar. Oh, these are opalina. I love these. It's a hybrid. And if you care, it's between Echeveria and Graptopetalum. Another copper pinwheel, aeonium. One way you can tell a euphorbia is if you cut it, that milky white latex drips out. On any euphorbia, never touch that. It burns like hell for days. If you get out on your finger and scratch your eyes, you have a good chance of going blind. That's my public service announcement. Another pretty Echeveria. And this is really the true bunny ears cactus, as you can see. This is a mangave. It's a hybrid between agave and I forget the other one. This is a beautiful blue cactus. Mexican fence post. More mangaves. Another Peruvian apple. Another party dress or red coral. That's nice. There's another one. This is like the other one on the other corner I just showed you. This is a Santa Rita prickly pear. Grows about 3 feet tall, and it's colorful. More jelly bean. This is a Madagascar palm. Guess where it's native to. It'll grow to be about 15 feet tall. I didn't really plan on some of these things as far as where I put them and as far as how big they get. That's called a saucer plant or salad bowl. It's an aeonium. This is variegated elephant bush. I'm not sure if it's variegated in the natural habitat of South Africa, but elephants, this is like candy to elephants. One elephant will eat 400 pounds of this in a day. Another Irish rose aeonium. Another candelabra tree. Black rose. And this is a pincushion cactus. It has rings of pink flowers that go around it in spring. And like a lot of these things, never touch it without thorn gloves, because these really hurt. They'll hurt for a few days. You'll have a bump on your finger for a couple of weeks. Same with this. This is called gold lace cactus. And this is my little seguro, like the ones you see in Arizona. I said, gee, that's going to be nice when it gets big and grows arms just like it does out in the Wild West. Then I read after I planted it, it takes 90 years. Well, I hope whoever's here then enjoys it. Epiphyllum, mother-in-law's tongue. There's a gracilis. Well, I meant to say the lawyer's tongue is a gracilis too. Chalk sticks, Mexican fence post. This is opine. Anyway, it's called Gandalf for obvious reasons. Another beautiful mangave. This is the Medusa head plant. It's a euphorbia. This is called Crown of Thorns. It's also a euphorbia. Oh, and here's what the elephant bush looks like in the wild. And one of my most favorite cactus and one of the most expensive is this spiral cactus from Peru, native to Peru. They were only discovered in 1980, and there were just very few of them. They've gotten so they multiplied in nurseries over the years, but they're still kind of rare. This is Sempervivum, native to northern Europe, especially in Ireland. They grow on thatched roofs. Christmas Carol, aloe, I think. And oh, this is a crested eaves needle cactus. Oh, this is an Opuntia subulata. I don't know what the common name is. That's a big old, I don't know what that is, if it's an echeveria or something else. Who knows? There's more Sempervivum. These are called gold nugget. If I get it out in the sun, it turns gold. These are all ones you see if you pluck off the little babies, like these guys here, put them in a pot, they'll grow. And so, therefore, I have a lot of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but this is called string of pearls. Those round things are actually leaves. And believe it or not, there's a little window in the end of them that lets sunlight in. so they get the sunlight they need and they store water. And a bunch of others I've started. Up above I have epiphyllums. They just finished blooming. They bloom in May. Very pretty. Here's donkey tail. It's cool. String of pearls. For some reason they should look greener. I don't know what. I think they're only supposed to be watered once a month and I water too often. So that's the garden. My big pergola. This is not a cheap hobby, by the way. A lot of these are great houseplants for use that live in the cold country. A good website to buy these plants from is called mountaincrestgardens.com. Very reasonable, and they have a huge selection. Well, that's all, folks.